Massachusetts was hit very hard and very early by the pandemic, and as a result, the Massachusetts economy was turned upside down, and workers everywhere had to make painful decisions and adjustments. This is especially true for anybody working in, managing, or owning and operating a retail business, an entertainment restaurant, or a hospitality industry. There have also been places where the spread has been particularly tough to manage in some of our gateway cities, and our businesses and our main streets and many of our downtowns, while they are back up and running, they all still have a very long way to go to get back to what might look like normal. That's why today our administration is announcing the advancement of a $774 million economic recovery plan. The plan, we believe, can help stabilize in many parts of the Commonwealth growth that's already started to take place and hopefully kickstart it in other parts of the state as well. Overall, these funds will be invested to get people back to work, to assist impacted small businesses, to revitalize main streets, to foster innovation, and to promote and provide neighborhood stability and housing equity. To be clear, there's no substitute for the size and scope that a federal aid package could deliver, but that doesn't seem to be in the offing, and we certainly don't believe that we can wait. This package includes almost $43 million in federal, trust, and other state funding. It also includes about $120 million that we included in our revised budget that was filed with the legislature last week, and the $171 million that we committed to help people stay housed through our eviction diversion program. In addition, it also includes $323 million in capital and workforce training spending and funds out of our Competitiveness Trust Fund. Much of the funding in these categories is designated to programs and initiatives that have a proven track record of success. About $175 million of the $775 million requires us to work collaboratively with the legislature to get their sign-off, and we look forward to working with them to get that authorized as soon as we can. I know our colleagues there share a sense of urgency to pass the elements that are part of our budget there to get these dollars and put them to work for the people of Massachusetts. But right away, we have about $115 million available for small businesses and workforce development, including more than $25 million to get people back to work. In 2019, small businesses in Massachusetts employed 1.5 million workers and accounted for about 45% of the total Massachusetts workforce. This package allows us to leverage new and existing programs to give small businesses capital support and technical assistance. Today, through the Mass Growth Capital Corporation, we're making $51 million available for small business grants. These grants are designed to help the state's most vulnerable businesses and their workers. Small businesses can apply now, that means now, at the MGCC website, empoweringsmallbusiness.org. We've made revitalizing downtowns a priority since this pandemic began by implementing multi-million-dollar programs like shared streets, local recovery planning grants, and mylocalma.com. This plan includes additional resources for cities and towns through recovery grants and support for Main Street development. Lieutenant Governor Polito and Secretary Keneally will get into more of the details on this in just a minute. We're also investing in our workforce to help people reskill or skill up where we know employment opportunities are available. That includes jobs that previously existed and those that have come up as a result of the pandemic, which Secretary Acosta will talk about in a minute. The pandemic has brought with it drastic change in many ways, but these changes also have presented, in some cases, opportunities. To ensure Massachusetts is positioned to take advantage of these opportunities, we're investing significant resources in skill programs like the Career Technical Initiative that we launched earlier this year and Workforce Skills Capital Grants. Training programs for manufacturing and advanced manufacturing are also a focus and will continue to help with job matching through Mass Hire and the Learn to Earn program. We've also seen that access to housing comes hand in hand with economic stability and success. To provide support for that stability, we're building on the $171 million eviction diversion program that we announced last week and continue to invest $121 million to build affordable housing in our mass rental rounds. Thanks to incredible efforts on behalf of the courts, housing advocates, and countless community organizations, these funds will ensure an equitable process to avoid housing instability. In addition to that, Massachusetts has always been a leader in innovation, and the intelligence and ingenuity of our people is already helping to lead the way toward economic recovery. Today's plan looks to capitalize on some of Massachusetts' strengths. Through organizations like the Life Science Center and the Mass Tech Collaborative, we'll invest in science and technology sector growth around the state. We'll continue to spend capital on research and development infrastructure, shifting supply chains, and advanced manufacturing. The industry partnerships we have with the folks in these fields are important to making sure that Massachusetts continues to be a world leader in innovation. Now, separate from the $775 million we're talking about today, we do have an economic development bond bill that remains a major priority for us and includes important funding that will help accomplish additional goals that were set forth in our Partnership for Recovery plan. We filed a $275 million capital package with the legislature. It was designed to position the state to fund the production of transit-oriented and climate-resilient affordable housing, as well as neighborhood stabilization efforts, to support revitalizing underutilized properties in urban downtowns, the tourism industry, and small and rural communities, and will continue our efforts on advanced manufacturing, broadband, and emerging technology sectors such as robotics and artificial intelligence. We greatly appreciate the ongoing discussion and collaboration we're having with the House and the Senate on that bill, and we look forward to seeing that one get done so that we can add it to the tools in the toolbox to continue to help people find their way back to productive employment or sustain the employment they've managed to put together post-spring. Throughout the pandemic, the downtown small businesses and individuals have lost a lot and have been top of mind for all of us in our administration. Small business owners have been resilient, resourceful, creative, imaginative, and patient, and many have been committed hard to the safety protocols and standards that we put in place to protect their workers and their customers and to help us get the economy moving again and sustain their and our progress. These businesses and workers that make up our downtowns are owned and operated by many of our friends and neighbors. They need our help, and their need is significant. These programs will help those individuals and businesses facing the steepest challenges, but we can all do our part by continuing to buy, shop, and dine locally.